Hello students, how are you all? I hope you are doing fine at home. I am your teacher Neha and today we are going to start a new lesson from class 10th standard and name of the lesson is solutions. So children, what do you understand by the word solutions? Just look at the picture over here. Yes, something you are adding in a solid way in the liquid and you are just mixing it, right? So that solution or that liquid which you are getting after mixing a solid is known as a solution. Okay, yes. So let's see here what's the procedure of adding. So in a solution you will take something solid, you will put it inside a liquid and you will just keep on stirring it. After stirring you will get to know that a clear thing is being obtained. So that clear thing is known as a solution. So again I will repeat it. When a solid dissolves inside a liquid and that clear liquid is known as a solution. Okay? Yeah. So what are the types of solution? So let us consider two types of solution. In one glass I am taking water, another glass also I am taking water as a liquid. Now in one glass I am adding a spoon of sugar, another one I am adding sand. So here you can see that when I add sugar in the first one it gets mixed up, right? But same way when I am adding a sand, what is happening? It's just keeping or coming down, right? It's settling down. So previously here you can talk that there are two types of main solutions and one is known as homogeneous solution and another one is known as a heterogeneous solution. So let us see what does homogeneous and heterogeneous solution mean. So this one is homogeneous. Homo means same or it will be distributed equally. Same way this type of solution is known as heterogeneous solution, and here hetero represents the word where it does not mix up properly, as you can see here over in the picture, right? Yes. So now let's see what are the common or daily examples of a solution. So here the biggest example is a ocean. Why ocean? Because ocean is having a lot of types of dissolved gases inside that, right? Which you cannot even see, but still it is mixed up, right? Yes. Then the air. In air you can see that there are so many kinds of gases, which is nitrogen, oxygen, then noble gases elements, then carbon dioxide. So this is a type of a solution which is in gaseous state. Then comes the soil. So children, soil will get all its nutrients from the solution of all the mixtures of the chemicals, vitamins or anything, right? Yeah, and our human body. In human body there is many kind of solution. For example, blood, lymph and different types of things, where in blood itself you will see WBC, RBC, pellets, right? So human body is also an example of carrying solutions. Okay? Yes. So these are the normal solutions which you will love, which is coffee, Coca-Cola and even soft drink or fruit drinks. Now let's come to the concept. What are the three major words which you need to know about solution? So the first one is known as solution. So what is a solution? Solution means when a solid is added inside a liquid. Okay? Yes. So that is known as a solution, and plus one more main thing is here is that they should dissolve. Okay? Yes. Then it comes to the concept of solvent. So children, solvent generally when we are talking, we will talk about only water. But solvent can be of different type. But the main definition of solvent is anything which is taken in a larger amount. For example, here I can say that solvent is what? Taken in large amount. And here the example what I can give you as a tea. In tea we use large amount of milk, right? So there milk is a form of a solvent. Same way solute. Solute is anything which is taken in a smaller content. The example which I gave you as tea, in which you are adding tea leaves. So here tea leaves are acting as a solute. So what is this solute, children? Taken in small amount. Okay? Yes, so these are the three major things. Now let's test you. I have given you a picture. Now just see in this picture. In this picture you have to tell me what is solute, solvent and a solution. Yes, Giridharan, can you tell me? Yes, very good. So the smaller content here, the yellow part, is known as a solute. Same way it is added in a liquid which is in larger amount, so this will be known as a solvent. And what is there green in color? Yeah, due to the adding of solute, the color has been changed and it is completely dissolved, right? So this is known as a solution. Okay? Yes, very good, children. This is the basic concept about the solutions theory. Okay? Now let's see how and what are the types of solution. So the first category here is based upon the physical state of solute and solvent. So we should know whether we are adding solute as a liquid, solid or gas, and whether our solvent is a liquid, solid or gas. So for that, this is a table in which you can see that they are binary type of solution. Binary means there will be one solvent and one solute. So here there are three major types of solution. One is solid solution, where the solvent is in a solid state. Liquid solution is having solvent as liquid, and gaseous solution is having gas as a solvent. Same way here, if you are talking about the solute solid concept, when solid combines with solid, it gives an alloy. So what is an alloy? Yes, alloy is a combination of a solid, metal metal or metal non-metal, right, which you have studied earlier too. Then liquid, when it's taken in smaller amount added inside a solid, for example amalgam, where mercury has been added to sodium or anything. Yes. Then liquid solution. So the basic liquid solution is when you are adding a solid inside a liquid. For example, sugar and water or sand and water. Here it is salt and water. Then liquid is ethyl alcohol in water. Gas liquid, carbon dioxide in water, which your favorite, which is soda bottle, right? Yes. Then gaseous solution, where the solvent is in the gas state, and here you can see that when a liquid solute is been added into the gaseous solvent, it becomes an example as water vapor in the air, for example clouds. Then gas, which is a mixture of helium and oxygen, right? Yes. After this, there is another basic topic which is based upon the type of solvent. Now majorly you can take two types of solvent. One is water, another one is a non-water or other than water. So here if I talk about the first one, it is known as a aqueous solution. So aqueous solution is showing that here the solvent which you are taking is always water. Same way, non-aqueous means other than water, for example alcohol, ether, chlorophyll, chloroform, all these are example of non-aqueous solution. So what is this? Other than water. Because children, you will see that few things cannot mix into the water. For example, if I take rubber. So rubber, it's not so easy to mix into the water, right? So for that we need something else, some other solvent which is a ether or an alcohol which can mix over. For example, here you can see that here I have taken two solutions. In one you will see that everything is mixed very nicely. Why? Because here the carbon sulfide mixes the sulfur properly. But if you take sulfur and mix it in water, it will stay like this. It will not mix. It will become a heterogeneous mixture. Okay? Yes. The third property is based upon the amount of solute. Amount of solute means whether in a fixed amount of solvent, how much you are adding your solute. Okay? So here you can see there are three types of solution, and you can see that the colors are varying here, right? So you can say that whether the water content is same, but in the first one I have added little amount of tea leaves, in another one little extra, and the last one more. So when I am adding more amount of solute, you will look that the color has been changed, it become darker. This shows that based upon the amount of solute, the solution concentration can be varied. Okay? Yes. So here you can see that there are three main types of solution. One is unsaturated solution, another is saturated solution, and the last one is supersaturated solution. So unsaturated solution means when I take 1 cup of tea. In 1 cup of tea, when I add 1 spoon of sugar, it will mix, right? But if I just keep on adding, what will happen? It won't mix after a point, right? Same example, you can take water and sugar. Now take water, in that you add 1 spoon, it will mix. Again 2 spoon, it will mix. That means its saturation point or its limit did not reach, and that type of solutions are known as unsaturated solution. Same way, when you are just keeping on adding your solute, for example sugar in the water, at one point it does not mix further at the room temperature, that solution is known as a saturated solution. That means enough is enough, I will not mix more. This type of attitude, this type of solutions will have. Okay? Yeah. And the last one is known as supersaturated solution. So children, supersaturated solution is reached when you get a saturated solution. So this saturated solution is at room temperature. But when you are taking the saturated solution and you are heating it, you will see that in same amount of sugar or same amount of liquid, it starts getting dissolved and it forms a crystalline type, and that type of solution is known as supersaturated solution. Okay? Yes. Now let's come to the last concept here is concentrated and dilute solution. So children, concentrated and dilute solution is nothing different, like it's a very easy concept. Here is depending upon the amount of solute. If the amount of solute is more, it is known as concentrated solution. If amount of solute is less, then it is known as a dilute solution. And one more concept here is, sometimes when we are talking in chemistry children, if you add something more, that is for example if you add more water to anything, you will call that you have diluted that, right? Same way, if you add little bit amount of water only, you will call that solution as a concentrated solution. So here what I said children, in this you can see that this is lighter, that means the amount of solute here is less. So this is known as a dilute solution. So what is dilute children? Amount of solute is less. Same way, here it becomes darker, that means amount of solute is high. Okay? So that's the little difference between this concentrated and dilute solution concept. So children, I hope you have understood the concepts here we have discussed about. In the next video, we are going to discuss how and what are the solubility concepts, then how a solution can be made into a good solution or a bad solution, plus what are the major concepts about the solution part. Till we meet next time with a better video. Till then, bye bye.